All right, thanks, Ross. All right, well, it's good to get back into the rhythm of things, back into a flow, and another good Wednesday practice for us. Guys have come back ready to roll, focused. Today has been a special day because it's Coach McCorvey's birthday, so we were able to have a great morning, a lot of fun, able to Zoom a bunch of people in and really celebrate his 70th birthday. So pretty cool. I've been with Coach McCorvey for the past 30 years. I was 20 when I met him, and so he was 40 wearing cowboy boots. I'll never forget it. Our first receiver meeting that I had, and had no idea that 30 years later we'd have had the type of journey that we've had together. So really cool, great day to celebrate Wood, and appreciated everyone that zoomed in this morning. But team's in a good spot. Again, this is probably as healthy as we've been in a long time. Pretty much got everybody going with us to the hotel this weekend and keeping them together. And but we're excited about getting back at it. Fun night in the Valley against a really good team that's playing with a lot of confidence. Very well coached team, and a team that we know will get the very best effort from them. So we got to be ready to match that.
Line's open. Again, if you all don't mind, please identify yourself and your affiliation prior to asking the question.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com here. Since you brought up Coach McCorvey, how special was it for you a couple months ago to be able to introduce him at his virtual Hall of Fame induction?
That was awesome. It was like I said. I mean, we've had an unbelievable 30-year journey. He's been a father to me, and great friend, great mentor. And, I've said many times we both grew up on Highway 31. I was in Pelham and he was in Atmore, and through the game of football, we came together at the University of Alabama, and to see him have that moment and be inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, especially to go in with Coach Sly Croom, was awesome. Unfortunate we couldn't all be there together, but I think we're going to have some type of in-person formal celebration later on in the spring. So look forward to that.
Hey, Dabo, it's Larry Williams with Tiger Illustrated. How would you evaluate Sheridan Jones so far, his play so far this season?
He's done great. He's really about his business guy. He and Booth, man. I'm so proud of both of those guys. Two really, talented young players. Obviously, both of them got a little bit of experience as freshmen last year, but it's just this is a developmental game, and it doesn't matter how good you are in high school. It usually takes a little bit of time to really get your feet in the ground and to get your confidence where it needs to be, and more importantly, to get the knowledge that you need to have to play fast, to display your skill set. But, man, Sheridan's been great, and, again, so has Booth. And, it's good to have Mario back healthy and rolling, and excited to have a full group. And same thing with the two freshmen that we have, Malcolm and Fred. Both of those guys they're just great young talent. Super excited about that whole group.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. Greg Williams made the transition from linebacker to defensive end. You talked about him in camp. Thought he was going to be a real good speed rusher for you. How nice was it to see him have a career game with his sack and 6 tackles against the Citadel?
Yeah, that's great. He's speaking of developmental. He's the epitome of that, and we have guys all over our team that way. There were a few guys like Jackson Carman, but he was a freshman. You look at Bockhorse, his first time to start. He's a 4th-year junior. Cade's a 5th-year senior, and these are great players for us. But nobody was talking about those guys as red shirts and red shirt freshmen, and some of them as red shirt sophomores. You look at Putnam, he was a backup last year. He's a different guy. Jordan McFadden's a redshirt sophomore, a 3rd-year guy who's just gotten better and better. Look at Braden Galloway. He's a 3rd-year guy. Guys same thing at linebacker. Malin Spector, a 4th-year redshirt junior. So it's his 4th year. He's developing. KJ, it's his 3rd year. Maskell's 3rd year. Guys are developing and getting better. it's exciting to see. And Greg is one of those guys. We have a saying around here. We say, good bamboo. Just keep watering the bamboo. Keep watering the bamboo. If you know anything about bamboo seed, you can plant it and you can water it for a year. You can water it 2 years. You can water it 3 years. You can water it 4 years. And every day and you see nothing. But then all of a sudden, if you stick with it and keep watering it, year 5, it'll sprout up like 90 feet in 6 weeks. And that's we've had so many guys like that. And that's what I would say about Greg. I mean, we just keep watering him every day. And eventually he is going to be he's going to be a really good player for us. He's made of the right stuff. It's important to him. He's got the skills. And so, the transition and all that he's learning, it's fun to watch. So hopefully, same thing with Reagan Upshaw. Golly, man, this is a kid that's really helping our football team. And he's a 5th-year senior that's kind of blossoming right in front of us.
Hey, Coach, Lawton Swan with Clemson Sports Talk. You talked about the Davis kid, the wide receiver that's 6'7", but their tight end is 6'7" too. And in football, we don't often talk about height, but what can you do, in your opinion, to mitigate that advantage that they have at those two positions, just in terms of reach?
Well, first thing, you got to challenge them. You got to get up there and compete with them. At the line of scrimmage. Try to make them work to get down the field. And then it's competitiveness on the ball, timing on the ball, all those type of things, rerouting people, not letting them have, again, free releases and make them have to, have wider arcs and things like that. And that cuts the field space down, use the sideline as a defender as well, to where the quarterback has to make a very, very precise throw because there's not much room to work with. So you gotta be physical with them. And then, again, be competitive on the ball. Just play with great technique. And listen, I've been around a lot of short guys like Hunter Renfro who play big. They play 6'5". And I've been around some 6'5" guys that play 5'10". So, it's more than just being tall. There's a lot more to it. And hopefully our guys will play big and play with the type of technique, fundamentals, and physicality that we need to play with to hopefully have the type of body position that we need to be in.
Anybody else for anything with Coach?
That was Larry again. What was your evaluation, I guess, of Capehart through camp, and then I guess at present, maybe evaluate where he is sort of mentally as he's processing the defense and all that stuff?
And just a big, talented young player that's got a lot to learn. A little missed a lot of camp. He had to spend some time away from here, and so that hurt him a little bit. But since he's been back, I love his self-awareness. Is one of the things I like about him. Obviously, incredibly talented, but he's very self-aware of what he needs to do to improve. And I love guys that have that type of awareness. He's a guy that's not afraid to work, but he's going to be special. But he's a guy that it's going to take a little bit of time. And the biggest thing is he's got some very talented guys in front of him that he can see. And that helps when you have a great example to learn from. To me, that expedites the learning process. So we're fortunate, and he's fortunate, that he has great visual to see. And then Todd's an awesome coach and doing a great job with him. But he's going to be he'll be one of these guys that we just talked about. Like I said, nobody was talking about Bachhorst as a red shirt. He would be a guy that if this was a normal year, he would be a red shirt guy, a classic guy that needs a year like Isaiah Simmons was a red shirt guy. We've had a lot of great players that were Vic Beasley was red shirted. So he would be in that category, but obviously this is a different year. So, he'll have opportunity to hopefully play and really maximize his development this year as opposed to just playing in 4 games. So I'm proud of him. He's working hard. He's coming along. His fundamentals are getting a lot better. But he's still got a lot to learn.
We'll take
Coach,
one or
it's
two
Trevor.
more.
Coach, it's Trevor again. At punt return between Amari and DK and now Travis in the mix, This is the most dangerous you've been in quite some time at punt return. I know Ray had a bunch of nice returns while he was here, but you got to be pleased with the guys you have there right now.
Yeah, and we did some really good things last year in punt return. It's just if you really go back and look at us, we had some big penalties. Some of our biggest returns, we had penalties. We were sloppy with some technique, and then we didn't possess the ball a few times where we just didn't go handle it. And we've got to do a better job of that, and we're doing a better job of that. Outside, we had one in the Wake Forest game, but the guys are taking a lot of pride in it. But again, same thing, just more confident in what they're doing. Mari's worked really hard at it. So has DK, and then Travis is fun. And right now he's got one return for 40-something yards. So that's pretty good. That's a good way to get another opportunity, that's for sure. But the main thing is those guys that go back there, possessing the ball for us and being good decision makers. That's critical. So we got a good group, but it all starts with the guys up front, getting their job done, and then that guy on the back end being a good decision maker for us.
We'll take one more.
Hey, Dabo, it's Anna Hickey with Clemson 24/7. Just what have you seen from Joseph Charleston in camp and then through these first couple of games? I think he got some time at nickel and just looked pretty strong back there.
Yeah, he's going to be a great player. He was one of those guys that we played as a freshman last year. We could see it coming. Same thing with Landon. Just any experience we could get him last year, we knew would pay off for us this year, and it certainly has. Joseph is a fun guy to watch play football. If I was playing wideout, I'd know where number 18 is because he's going to be around that ball, and you're gonna know it when he's there. He is a very physical player. He loves that part of it. He can play either safety. He's our next guy in right now. We've got a lot of confidence with him. We kind of look at he and Landon and Nolan as kind of 3 starter type guys to play starter snaps for us, no problem at all. But really, really good young player with a bright future. And as you said, a guy that's got some diversity to him, we can move him around a little bit.